We're headed for a digital global currency system where Bitcoin is most likely to become the standard once it is universally accepted, much more value, half a million, $1 million coin. At that, there's a price, about half a million a coin, where Bitcoin becomes worth more than all the gold in the world and can continue to grow with the global economy, where gold is growing at 1% a year, global economy is growing at 5%. Gold cannot be the standard, so it'll be a digital system. Maybe the dollar is a big piece of it, or maybe there's one, but Bitcoin will be the backing eventually, not the US dollar. My bet is it's going to go to simply the 2018 low after the last bubble crash, okay? That was 3,250. So 3,000 to 4,000 is my target for Bitcoin. At best, it goes to 10. So we're not bottoming here at 20. Everybody think, well, now you buy. No, you buy it at 20. If it goes to 10, you lose another 50%. If it goes to 3,250, you lose 70, 80%, okay? So you got to remember, the more it goes down, the less of a downturn it creates to have a big percentage loss. So it's still dangerous. It hasn't bottomed yet. It takes a couple years for a bubble like this to burst. And crypto is the future. I'm extremely bullish on crypto and digital currencies and money creation. It's a whole new money system emerging. It's in its infancy. It's having its baby bubble where it's get overvalued. It's got to crash. It's got to go from 40,000 coins down to some reasonable number, like whatever. It has to shake out. The dot-com industry did this. Amazon was a small company when it bubbled up in the late 90s and then crashed. Tons of dot-coms went under, and the strong like Amazon came out and went from $6 to 3,500 in the next boom. So I am extremely crypto is the next big thing, but it has seen its baby bubble and it does have to crash. And I put a number on that. Why did I get to 3,250? I'm marking the same amount of crash for Bitcoin as Amazon, the leading .com, did, 95%. It might be 90, okay? Maybe it's 6,000. But if I had to bet, I'd place my bet. I'd be buying Bitcoin if in the next year or two it hits 3,000 to 4,000. I'd be pumping it up because I see Bitcoin going to 500,000 to 1 million in the next boom. And maybe gold will tend to bottom earlier than that. They are the bubbles, especially Bitcoin is the lead bubble. It will tend to crash faster and hit that bottom and tend to lead coming out of it. So I would say Bitcoin will see maybe 80% of its losses by the end of this year, or say early next year, January, February, and will, if anything, bottom several months before stocks. Absolutely. It is not gold. Gold was a safe haven. We're an inflationary economy in the 70s. Gold is a hedge against inflation. That's what it's correlated the most with over its entire history. We're talking a deflation of an entire financial asset bubble like the 30s, and gold was fixed back then. So I can't say, see what happened to gold back then? Gold was fixed. So gold didn't go up, but it didn't go down much because they fixed the price. Gold should do what it did in 2008, just deeper. Gold went down 50% at the end there, or I think 45%, most of that in a couple months. It was the last to fall, but it went right with everything else. I think gold's going to be down more like, 60% or more this time, but it's still less than other financial assets. Treasuries are the safe haven. And again, the longer term the Treasury, the 30-year Treasury is going to go up a lot more than the 10. TLT is the easiest to buy ETF, and that is a mix of those two, 20-year average. ZROZ, Z-R-O-Z, is leaning more towards the 30, so it's a 25-year average. The best thing to buy is 30-year Treasury bonds, but the easiest thing to buy is ZROZ, and that will go up more, about 50% more than TLT. So the long-term Treasuries are the only safe haven. AAA corporates are next, but why buy a AAA corporate when a Treasury bond is even safer? If the U.S. government can print money to keep a bubble going, they can print money to pay off their bonds, and they will. They will not default on that Treasury bond. I don't care what happens. We're headed for a digital global currency system where Bitcoin is most likely to become the standard once it is universally accepted, much more value, $500,000 to $1 million coin. There's a price, about $500,000 a coin, where Bitcoin becomes worth more than all the gold in the world and can continue to grow with the global economy, where gold is growing at 1% a year, global economy is growing at 5%. Gold cannot be the standard, so it'll be a digital system. Maybe the dollar is a big piece of it, or maybe there's one, but Bitcoin will be the backing eventually, not the US dollar. Here's the thing, US has been the dominant country. We still have better demographics and grow a little more than Europe, but we go sideways. All the growth from here on out is going to be in the emerging world, number one, and more than that in Asia. It's all going to go west. So there's no way the US dollar can continue to be the reserve currency for a global economy that's going to outstrip the US and make it a smaller and smaller point. It's natural that the US dollar in some way will not be the reserve currency. It may be part of a basket of currencies that becomes that with Bitcoin as a standard, or it might just revolve around digital currency. That gets more, but it is going to be more digital, and Bitcoin's more likely to be that standard 20 years from now than the US dollar.
Small ebook, big impact, The Wealth Tree. The only 4 ways that will make you financially free forever. Download it here for free.